Hello everyone, welcome to Information with Tsepiso. I am Tsepiso Arongwechana, and today we're bringing you just more information on UIF, right? Remember we did a video on UIF and how to claim for UIF, and I thought there are some things that usually are not mentioned as you go to the UIF department, or rather the Department of Labor, when you're claiming for your UIF benefits. So I thought I should come and give you more information on that. So I'm going to just also go take you through the experience that I had so that you can see what you can avoid, and I hope it helps. So what happened for me is that I was working for two companies, so I was on a contract basis for the both of these companies. And then what happened is that the one company made me sign the contract around March, and then it prolonged it, so it made the contract for a year. So it was from that March to the following year in March, right? However, at the beginning of the year, from January up to March, there's pretty much nothing that we're doing, and I was getting paid upon claim on a claims basis, right? So I signed the contract and signed the contract of the other company later on, but the contract of Company B was ending in November, right? So on the 30th of November it ended, while that other one was for Company A was still continuing until the following year in March. So when I went to the UIF offices, or rather the Department of Labor, to claim for my benefits, what they said is that I'm still contracted with a certain company, which I need to wait until that particular contract lapses, and then that's when I can claim for my UIF benefits. Hence, I said in the previous video, you need to make sure that all the companies that you worked for, the contract has ended if you are to claim for your UIF benefits, right? So I then had to go to that particular company, Company A, to ask them, or to request them to terminate my contract due to the fact that from January to March I wouldn't be working, and since there's no fixed amount of money that I get as salary between those 3 months, I didn't see the need for my contract to be, going into the next year. So I asked them to at least end the contract in December. Therefore, I could not claim for November, right? From not November, I could not claim for December, because now the contract for Company A was now made to or pushed to end the contract at the end of December. So now I was eligible to start claiming my UIF benefits from the 1st of January, right? So I went to obviously 1st of January, people are not working. It's a new year, right? So I went to the Department of Labor, I think on the 4th. I went there on the 4th, and then I submitted my forms, and then they captured everything, and then they said they are now submitting them for processing and also verification, the stages that I told you about in the previous video of the UIF, in relation to UIF. So I waited. So they said I must wait for 14 days. I must come back on the 23rd, something like that. Then on the 23rd, I went back. They told me that my UI 2.8 is wrongly filled, or there's like a scratch on it. Hence, they now have to give me a new one so that I can take it to the bank for it to be filled and given a stamp, and I need to return it. So like I said, those are the glitches that might just prolong the process unnecessarily. So make sure that when you fill the forms, you fill them properly, and you don't scratch, you don't make any mistakes, right? And you put everything that is required on the form. So now I resubmitted the UI 2.8, and then they said I must come back after they gave me a date, but it was not like a long date. I think it was around February. Yeah. Then I went back. When I went back for the second time, everything was now sorted out, and then they sent they processed everything, and then my application was approved. I was eligible to get paid, and I know it's not allowed for the person to reveal how much money you are liable to, like the total amount that you have to claim from the UIF. That you are eligible to get, like the total amount. It's not allowed, but the person that was assisting me at least managed to let me know how much I have in there, and then then they processed everything. Unfortunately, I was now going to sign a new contract for the new year. It was around March, so I then only benefited. I only got one benefit. Like, I only got paid once, but the amount was 8,000 rands, right? So it's not a standard amount for everyone. Not everyone will get 8,000, but I guess because I've never claimed my benefits since I've been working from 2017, so it's been accumulating all these years, right? I would love to believe. And so from that amount of money, that's where I was now eligible to getting that 8,000 rands. So what I'm trying to say is that I got paid to 8,000 rands. Okay, so there was a point I should mention. So there was a point where, so what happened is that I first submitted in Joburg, and that was the labor department closest to my address, because they advised that you have to submit your documents in a labor department that is closest to your address, home address. So what happened is that I submitted first at the Department of Labor in Joburg, and since that contract from company A had not lapsed or had not, ended, I now had to go home. And obviously when I'm home, the only labor department that I can submit at is the one at home. So I submitted at home. And apparently there were mistakes that were done when capturing my claim, right? Due to the fact that I had two companies that I was working for. So the person was supposed to submit an application and also record the two companies, an application for the benefits, and also record the two companies. But what the person did is to capture the application for company A, and company A was actually not paying me a lot of money because I was getting money on a claims basis, right? I was claiming for the hours that I worked, and then I would get the money as per the hours, right? So obviously the benefits, the UIF benefits, were not going to be a lot. So when I came back to Johannesburg to resubmit, because my time at home was over, so I had to come back. And the time that they asked me to come back to check my application, how far my application has gone, was when I now have to come back to Joburg, right? So now I went to Joburg, Department of Labor, and checked how far my application is. So what they said is that the application is not completed. It was a lot. It was a lot. They said I can, if I don't want to add the other company, I will then get money from this one company. However, the other lady advised to say it's going to be queried to them to say, why did they not capture the other company, company B, right? Whilst it's the one that actually has more money, and now they would be owing me, it would be a big case. So she said, I should just wait until she fixes that whole mess, and then I they told me when to come again, while how long they need to fix that problem. Then I told them I'm soon going to sign another contract, so please make it snappy. So she tried all her best, and then they called me to come and fill the claim form for that first month. That could also be one of the challenges that people can face, where the person that is capturing your things is not capturing them properly. And now the whole process has to start from scratch, because when they had to add company B, they had to start from scratch with the application. So those are the challenges that I encountered. And I hope my advice would be that if you worked for many companies and you are now bringing the UI-19 from all these companies to the Department of Labor, make sure that the person that is helping you is capturing all of them, even though they say those companies do appear on their system to show that this is where you worked, this is where you worked. Make sure that you ask them to actually verify that they captured everything and they added everything where it's supposed to be added, or maybe if it's a selection thing, make sure that they've selected all the companies that you've presented to them that you need to claim your UIF from, you see. So yeah, that's just my advice in relation to that. For me, it was just 2, but they had captured just 1, you see. And I was only going to get 1,600, you see, from just company A. And when it combines with company B, I was now eligible to getting the 8,000 that I got, you see. So just make sure that there is no mix up along those lines. The process is tiring, especially if you're on maternity and you have to, now you don't have money, or you don't have enough money to be traveling to and fro for this process to be completed and for you to get your money. If of course you've exhausted all your funds for claiming, for coming to and fro to claim, obviously you won't be able to continue. However, at the end of the day, when it finally when they finally approve your application, it does pay off. So what I wanted to also mention is the fact that even if you get approved for the first claim, every month you have to go and fill out a claim form for that particular month, especially if you're still not employed. So I could not claim for the second time because now I was already employed. Hence, they encourage you not to claim the money from UIF offices or from the labor department if you are employed, because it is meant for people who are unemployed, right? So you can continually claim for the money until the period within which you're supposed to claim, which I mentioned in the previous video for UIF. Elapses, right? So if it's 6 months, if that 6 months elapses and you still haven't gotten a job, you will not now get any money. But for the 6 months, you have to be going to the Department of Labor to be claiming your benefits every month. So every month you submit that claim form to say, I still need it even this month, and then this next month, I still need it even this month, I still need it even this month, until the 6 month elapses or the 4 months elapses, or whatever period that is suited for your case elapses, right? So make sure that you follow the right procedures. If you're employed, don't go and claim. And yeah, I hope this helps. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it with this video. Continue to share these videos, continue to like, continue to subscribe, continue to pin that comment in the comment section, and we will see you in the next upload. Thank you.